Lang here, and in today's strength class, well, we are going to focus on lower body, chiseling the legs. What do you think about that? So first things first, you want a nice cleared out area, nothing to get into your way. We're actually going to be using body weight today, so all you need is a mat by your side. Also some water, take breaks when you need to, and work at a pace that's comfortable to you. But let's start moving the legs, increasing the circulation, simply marching in place, pulling the knees up, and as you're doing this, think posture. Shoulders are back and down, chest is uplifted, and you're bracing in from the rib cage. And breathing as you're moving. Full inhale, full exhale. Now starting with the left leg, simply step to the side, and out, and in. Taking the same movement, and turning to the front. Now back to the side. And turn again. Use your breathing. And back to the side. One more. And march center. Chest tall, guess what? The other side. Step out and in. Out and in. And then turn. Use your breathing. Back to the front. Out and in. Just to get the circulation going. Now march center. And keeping yourself from the front, simply take a nice little side. Full inhale, full exhale. I want our legs to be ready to go. Now turn to one side, up, contracting from the glute. You have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step back, roll up and down, roll up. One more. Hold here, lunge forward. And come to the side, toes come up, sitting down with the right leg and hinging from the hips. Feeling the stretch right along the left hamstring. Deep breath. Exhale. Hold. And then come back to center. Pull the legs back up and up, up. Turning to the left, up. Contracting through the glutes. One more. Hold yourself down. Roll through the foot. Up and down. Up and down. Hold here and lunge. Now turn to the front. Toes come up, sitting down on the leg and pressing the tailbone back. Deep breath. Exhale. And hold. Come center, deep breath all the way up, and exhale, side stretch. And the other side. Are you ready to get these legs going? Let's separate our feet, sit up nice and tall. Now go down once. From here, just glance. Are your knees over your ankles? I think I need to separate my feet a little bit more. So the knees are right over the ankles, and then squeeze up through the glutes and push out through the knees. I want you to think intentional. All 10 toes are gripping into the floor, and your feet, both feet, are very grounded. Then squeeze through the glutes and press out through the knees. You have 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up. Now find a focal point or hold on to a chair or a wall. Left leg comes up, chest is up tall, shoulders back, push out through the heel and back in. Now take your left hand on your quadricep and I want you to feel the quadricep contract. Shoulders stay back, utilizing all your toes of your left foot. 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. The other side, leg up, Chest up, shoulders back, and push through the heel. Pulling in and bracing in from the rib cage. And feeling your quadricep contract when you push the heel out. I want you to pretend that you're pushing 1,000 pounds. You have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, I lost my balance on that one. Were you squirming around? Maybe I was moving my eyes. That's the thing about balance. You have to keep your eyes fixated on one point. Let's go for another set of our pliés. Toes are out, come down. Make sure the knees are right over the ankles, and then squeeze up through the glutes. Full inhale, full exhale. So you squeeze up through the glutes and you push out through the knees. But the goal is no pain, no aches and pains in the knees. So I want you to place the knees so that they land right over the ankles. And if you need to, you can make the move even smaller so that you stay completely pain-free. 4 and 3. Now 2 and 1. Come up. Are you ready for balance? I'm going to focus. I'll keep my eyes steady this time. Leg up and press out. Hand right on the quadricep. Shoulders are back, utilizing all your toes in your right foot. Inhale and exhale. We have 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. The other side. Leg up, chest up, shoulders back, and push. Use your breath. Inhale and exhale. Five more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Move the legs around. Okay, so I want our feet about hip distance apart. Think of hip distance being right where your hip joint is. Chest is up nice and tall, and I want you to envision a very tiny chair behind you, and you are aiming your tailbone back towards that chair, but you're looking up towards me the entire time. Again, keeping the knees right over the foot, the ankle, maybe the midfoot, but never the toes. So pull up from there. Now, you sit back, aim the tailbone back. You'll feel your toes come up. I want you to grip your toes down and push up so that you're pushing up with your entire foot. Bracing from the center and keeping your vision towards me. Sitting back from the glutes and keeping the toes down the entire time. Inhale and exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, come back to balancing. Left leg up. This time a hip rotation from the hip joint. Keep the rib cage engaged. The shoulders back. 5 more. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down. The other side, leg up, find your balance, and rotate. Shoulders stay back. See, here's the thing. Where your eyes go, the body follows. So if you're looking at the floor, you'll roll your shoulders forward and you lose balance. So I want you to think about sitting up as tall as you can, looking straight ahead. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down. Now, we're going to change our squats up a bit. Feet are in the same position. Watch me first. I come down. Now my left leg comes up. Foot places in the exact same spot. I come down, right side up. Now join me. Squat and pull up. So the same principles apply. You're looking up and forward. Tailbone goes back, toes grip to the floor, but now you're lifting and lowering the foot. And the key here is to set your foot down right in the exact same place you picked it up from. Inhale and exhale. You have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come center, find your focal point. Left leg up and rotate. From your hip joint, chest stays up, shoulders back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The other side. Leg comes up and rotate. Pull in from the ribs. Five more. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down. Okay. Now I'm going to turn sideways because it's easier for you to see me, but you don't need to. Your feet are still hip distance apart. I want you to bend, aim your tailbone back, bend the knees a little bit so you're hinged slightly forward, focusing on the left leg. Now think glutes. Contract and lower. Contract and lower. Up and down. Now I need to stay focused. There we go. You can touch the floor, but very lightly or not, keeping both hips forward. You can hold on to something if you want to, but I want you to focus on the contraction of the glute. You have 5 and 4. Rib cage tight. 3, 2, and 1. Come down the other side. So bending the knees, tailbone back. Find your focal point and contract and release. Up and down, squeezing through the glutes. Pulling in from the rib cage and keeping your neutral spine. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Now, starting again with the left, let's think sideways. Out and down. Now, I want you to find a focal point or hold on so that you barely touch the floor and your glutes are kicked in. Pull in from the ribs. Full inhale, full exhale. You have 4 and 3. Now 2 and 1. Other side. Chest is up tall, shoulders back and down. Find your focal point or hold on. And now think glutes. Contract and release. Contract and release. Inhale one way, exhale the other. 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to do the glutes heading back again, but I'll turn sideways so you can see me better. Feet are hip distance. Tailbone back, find your hinge. Leg back, find your focal point or hold on and contract and release. Pulling in from the ribs. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The other side. Leg goes back, tailbone back, hinge, and lift. Contracting from the glutes. Inhale and exhale. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to the front. Leg out to the side. Are you ready? Either hold on or find your focal point and lift and lower. Thinking glutes. Pull in from the ribs. Use your breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The other side. Find your spot and go. Now I want to just talk about the foot that I'm standing on right now. My toes are wiggling around, so that's okay. That's part of this. The goal is trying to make sure that all 5 toes stay connected to the floor as best as you can, because that is strengthening your foot for balance. Last 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Okay, a great time to grab some water and let's take our mat down to the floor. Having a seat, both feet about hip distance, big deep breath, and exhale and hinge forward from the hips. Pull your toes towards you at the same time and lengthen your spine so you keep neutral. Deep breath and exhale. Cross one foot over in a figure 4 and hinge. Let's make this a little more dynamic. And then pull the knee and twist and hinge. Pull the knee and twist. One more. And release. Other side. Again, hinge forward and lift the knee and twist. One more. And release. So I'll turn sideways again. It's just easier for you to see me. We will be using the right leg as our stabilizer. So I'm stabilizing, which means I'm going to sit up very straight and I'll hold on so that I can hold and maintain what's going on in my spine. I've got neutral spine. I'm pulling in from my rib cage. Now my left leg, I'm allowing the knee to fall from the outside. And because of this outside motion, I want to lift from there. It doesn't matter how high you lift your leg. So if it's not very high, don't worry about it. Try not to force your leg to go up higher and then change your form. So it's all about good form and technique. Keep the knee out so you're lifting from the inside of the knee, which actually then engages your inner thigh. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now switch legs. Leg out, double check your posture, hold yourself upright, and lift. All from the inside of the leg. Inhale and exhale. Keeping the chest up, that helps you keep your neutral spine. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's take this for a butterfly stretch, shall we? Deep breath and exhale. Okay, one more round. Take that knee out, sitting up nice and tall, and lift. Chest is tall, rib cage is tight. Use your breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch sides. Leg out, chest tall, and up. Use the breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extend the legs one more time and hinge forward. And slowly take yourself over to the side and lie back, taking your feet hip distance, right from the glutes, right from the very center of your hip joint. Now shoulders back into the bench, into the floor, and then lift the hips up into a bridge. So from this position, I want you to think inner thighs. Press the knees in and out. In and out. Now keeping your feet flat to the floor. So I need you to utilize your toes as you move out so that your toes stay engaged and they stay in contact with the ground. Rib cage is in and you're breathing. 4 more. And 3. Now 2. And 1. Come down, hands behind the head. And just a basic set of crunches, up and down. So as you crunch, I want you to think rib cage. The tighter you squeeze your ribs inward, the more it lifts up your upper body off the ground. And when you squeeze from your rib cage, that's when you actually grab onto the abdominals and make them contract fully. Use your breath. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down, shoulders back, pull yourself up, Are you ready? Press the knees in and out, keeping your feet flat to the floor and keeping the neutral spine and the hips, everything in one line. Inhale one way, exhale the other. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down, hands behind the head, and crunch here, pulling in from the ribs and release. Inhale one way, exhale the other. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down, pull the knees all the way into the chest. And then take the arms back down. This time the feet are going to go up, the heels together. And some of you have done this with me before. I have kind of a funny little analogy for this one. I want you to pretend you have a boiling hot bowl of soup on the soles of your feet, which means you cannot drop your feet because you'll drop the bowl of soup. So hold there, and now plie knees towards the shoulders and then press back up, always keeping your feet parallel to the sky. And as you come up, think inner thighs. Push in through the inner thighs and press out and squeeze from the inner thighs. Rib cage is engaged and you're using your breath. 5, 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Lower one leg stays up. Tailbone into the ground, heel to the sky, and then pull the leg towards you and release. Deep breath and exhale. One more time. And press in and release, other side. Tailbone to the floor, heel to the sky, and release. And pull in. Again, release. Press in. And both legs come back up, heels together, hands down, shoulders back. Remember the hot bowl of soup? Let's not let that spill. Inhale one way, exhale the other. And I want you to engage your inner thighs as you're pushing your legs up. And if you feel like you can't completely straighten your legs, that's okay. Or if you feel uncomfortable and you want to drop one foot to the floor and only focus on one, you can do that as well. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Legs come down, bring yourself over to the side, and allow your arm to go all the way down. This time, knees are in, and you want to basically create a 90-degree bend here with the hips stacked one on top of each other. Now, the entire leg lifts up and down. The goal here is the hips do not roll back nor forward. They stay in one spot. And as the leg comes up, think about the glutes. Use your breathing. You have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pull the knee into the chest. And now reach the leg back. So you can either pull the leg back by itself so you feel a quadricep stretch, or you can reach back and give a little extra if you want to. Now bring the leg back. We'll have one more round here. Up and down. Keeping the hips stacked, the rib cage engaged. As your leg lifts, think of this glute and contract. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up, and the other side. Taking the arm out. Let me move this microphone just a little bit to make sure you can hear me. Both knees come forward, stacking the hips, and lift and lower. Inhale and exhale. Use the breath. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now pull the knee into the chest. And bring the leg back either all by itself or with a hand, just to stretch your quad out the front of your thigh. And leg comes back. And lower and lift. Use your breathing. Inhale and exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up from there. Taking both legs back out again. Deep breath and exhale and hinge, pulling the toes towards you. Deep breath and exhale. And now one leg in and just one side, hinge forward and release. Deep breath, exhale. And come up, taking the left hand behind the head and turning to the left, pulling your left elbow back as much as you can. Come center, inhale, exhale. One more, deep breath, exhale. And release, other side. Deep breath and exhale, hinge forward. Again, inhale and exhale. One more time, deep breath, exhale. And come up, hand behind the head and twist. Come center, inhale and exhale. One more time, big deep breath, exhale. And come center, crossing the legs and giving yourself just a side stretch here. So as my left arm goes up, my left hip stays in the mat. And bring yourself up, ear to shoulder. One more time, side stretch. And ear to shoulder and hold. Release, other side. Keeping the right hip down and ear to shoulder. And again, up. And ear to shoulder. Now both hands back, deep breath, exhale, chin to chest. Inhale and exhale. And come center. So you can sit with your legs out or cross, whatever feels comfortable to you. Taking both wrists forward and rotate around the wrist. And now the other direction, all the way around. And then reach your hands straight out and think shoulder blades. Squeeze them back in together as much as you can. Now open the arms wide, feeling the stretch in the chest and shoulders. Come forward and release the shoulder blades. And again, squeeze back, open wide, come forward and release. And press back, open the shoulders, come forward and release. And squeeze back, open. Come forward, release. One more. Pull the shoulder blades back, open. Come forward and release, dropping the arms down. Taking your chin, looking all the way to the left, keeping the shoulders down and forward, and all the way to the right. And again, all the way over. And all the way over. One more time. Look over. And again. Oh, and come center. Again, taking the ear to the shoulder, but just from the center. And come in, other side. And up, down, and up and down. And bring yourself in, interlace the hands forward, stretching all the way up and allowing your hands to float down. Again, deep breath and exhale. Pull the arms up and allow the arms to just float down. And now take the shoulders up, back, and around in a big circle all the way up. One more time. And hold down, taking the legs out and simply pulling one knee into the chest. And press the leg forward and pull the knee in. And press the leg forward. One more. Hold yourself tall. Knee in and release. And the other side. Pull the knee in and release. And up. And press forward, inhale, and exhale and hinge. And release. Thank you so much for joining me in today's class. Go out there, drink plenty of water, keep your body moving, and enjoy the day. Bye for now.